All right. Welcome back to the Geekset podcast, the only podcast that blends hip-hop culture and geek culture together. I'm your boy Deuces in the building, and this is One-on-One with Deuces, the place where I speak with creators, curators, and people that you should know. And right now, man, we got a legend. I'm talking two-time Grammy Award-winning Drumma Boy in the building, man. How you doing, bro?
Hey, yeah, boy, what's happening?
Man, doing great, man. You know, feeling blessed, definitely blessed to be able to talk to somebody of your stature. One of the things I want to make sure I kick it off with is I talk about giving people their flowers while they're here, right? And I remember, like, I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So, you know what I'm saying? We got a love for north, south, east, west with all music and everything. And I just remember being introduced to your music and your sound and just appreciating the instrumentation to it. Because I think what a lot of people didn't get the chance to see when they was, you know, trying to shit on the South was they didn't get a chance to see the melodies, the instrumentations, like just the attention to sound that goes into what you guys do. And with you being one of the people that helped create the trap sound, that was one thing that I always gravitated towards. Like, yo, this is more than just bass. There's so much melody and so much dopeness in that music. And I want to make sure that you know that, like, you know, outside of the South, you know, and I'm pretty sure you already know, worldwide, but especially in Milwaukee, man, we fuck with you heavily, and your sound and what you brought to the game is heavily appreciated, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Much respect, man. I'm always talking about Milwaukee, and you know what I'm saying? It's like certain cities that remind you of home. You know what I mean? Like, I'm from Memphis, so Detroit, Milwaukee, Cleveland, like, you know what I'm saying? It's just certain spots that just, it's that energy, you know what I mean? So it's always much respect in Milwaukee for sure.
Definitely. So one of the things I also respect about your hustle and your grind is the innovation and everything that you do. So, you know, I know that, you launched an app. I kind of wanted to get, like, what led you to wanting to launch an app and go that route?
I mean, it was just presented to me. So it wasn't even something that I was going after or looking after. I've always wanted to have my own app. And when it got presented to me, it just made sense, you know, structurally, business wise. And it was, the content was quality. Like, you know, a lot of companies that are coming to me to say they can build apps and do these things for me, but the quality wasn't there. Or, you know, the customer service wasn't there, you know what I mean? But to have a team that's full spectrum and great in all departments is how I got to represent my brand.
And so for those who don't know what the app is, tell the people, like, what exactly is your app for, and what they'll get from it.
Man, my app is basically Drumma Boy, the official app. You can get it in the App Store. You can get it in Google Play. And it's basically for super fans, Drumma Boy super fans, and getting exclusive content from me directly, art gallery, photo gallery, rather, video exclusive content. We launched a podcast, me and Jessica Dime, aka Dime Piece from Memphis. We dropped my podcast exclusively on my app on Fridays, and then follow it up with YouTube on Monday. So as well as live streams, you know, for members only, these fans can subscribe to me for $2, and I think it's 99 cents a month, or $23 for the whole year. And let's say I'm in the studio with Kodak Black, or I'm in the studio with Young Thug, or some of these real exclusive sessions. Now you'll be able to tap in with me direct via the app.
That's really dope, because you see a lot of companies doing that now. Like, you got like the Patreons, and you got like Twitch, and you just got I think Twitter announced their exclusive service. So you're pretty much streamlining your fan base outside of those third-party services straight to you. And that's always great, because especially with as many people that you have your hand in. I know that you've been, I think, if I'm not mistaken, the only person that you said that you haven't worked with that you're still shooting for is Beyonce. So it's like, you know, but everybody else that you've worked with and connected with so many dope people that, like, yeah, if just a day in the life of being around who you were working with or your process is going to be exclusive content. So like it's a lot of value in it.
Also master classes, teaching, producers how to do certain mixes, or, even songwriters, giving them some inclusive information on just writing better songs, just how to structure a song properly, and how to pick the right tracks. You know what I mean? It's all on the beat selection has a lot to do with how you're going to write a song. So, there's a lot of different things that I'll be able to walk you through via my app.
And that's dope too, because I think when you think of music and then the people who really appreciate it, that process, understanding that process, I think that's why Versus has been so dope lately, is because, you get in the stories of, yo, this was the mindset that I was in when I created this. Oh, you got the story that associated with it, right? So, you talk to somebody who has 20 years in the game, who's, made classic records and classic albums, to kind of get your thought process, or just the way that you approach something. Again, heavy value in that, and that's why it's really dope that you have an app streamlined for that.
Oh yeah, definitely download it right now. Download it today. Drumma Boy, the official app. We got some more content coming exclusively today. Our episode 3 will drop tonight. So definitely tap in.
Yeah, and I'll make sure the link is in here and everything with that.
Okay, for sure.
So I did want to talk about the Beauty and the Beats podcast, because so you say you do it, you drop it exclusively on your app, and then you hit on YouTube. What brought you to the podcast world?
It again, man, these are situations that have always presented themselves to me. And I'm such a curious person. I'm always asking questions. People always tell me, damn, man, if you could do my interview, man, because some of these interviews I be doing, man, they don't never ask me the questions that I feel like really help me engage with my fans or whatever, or it's just the same boring, typical, you know what I mean? What you been up to, this and that. So, just my engagement with the people and me actually knowing some of the stories, you know what I mean, and seeing so many successes and struggles, I kind of know what to look for and to ask and bring it out in a way that is enlightening, but at the same time, like, educational and juicy, you know what I mean? Like giving details of certain moments. So, our interviews are a little different. And then, Jessica Dime, she able to dive in more on the personal side and the gossip, and I heard all that. So it's definitely always dope to have that female touch on the show as well.
Yeah, and that's kind of like the same journey that I'm going with my podcast, because that's one of the reasons why I wanted to make sure I talk with certain people like yourself, because I was like, you see their interviews, then they're gonna talk about the same things and stuff like that, right? But I was like, there's certain things that you see, like little small bits that people don't necessarily dive into. Like one of the things that I saw, and I was like, all right, it seemed like you are a beast in NBA 2K, because I've seen multiple people talk about you running them on that game. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't even, like, you wouldn't even know that you actually get it in on the sticks like that, or that you used to really hoop. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you had those hoop dreams and everything. But I was like, you watch the interviews, it's like, it was hard for me to find that, because I'm like, oh, he don't have those opportunities to talk about stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. The trophy's right up here, man. You know what I'm saying? It's always dope to be able to get on the court, hoop. I had D1, D2 scholarships. You know what I mean? Western Kentucky, University of Memphis, University of Arkansas, you know what I mean? MTSU, you know what I mean? So it was definitely like an opportunity for me. And it was like, I won a couple dunk contests. I'm only 5'11". You know what I'm saying? So when I started, when I hit 12th grade and I'm still 5'11", I'm like, and I'm making 20, 30,000 probably a month, just off the beats and the music. You know what I mean? So it's like, man, do I want to go to college? And it was just like, for me, it was just spending so much time and having somebody telling me what to do, where to be, where to report, and I ain't making no money. So you're going to take up all my time and I wasn't making no money. And it was like, if I ain't hit 6'2", 6'3", I wasn't going to pursue NBA. I was just disciplined enough to say, man, because 5'11", you point guard.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I was playing 2 and 3 in high school. So it was just something I just was like, man, I made my mind up like, bro, anything I gotta do, I gotta be number one at.
Right.
So I was still hooping the celebrity games and tear their ass up and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
That's what
But
next. Like, so we're going to, are we gonna get to see you in those celebrity games, or do like how J. Cole did. J. Cole shocked the world, but there's certain artists, producers, there's certain people in this industry that actually got skills in those other fields, and I thought that that's dope that J. Cole got the chance to do that, even if it was short lived.
right. Oh yeah, for sure, man. It's possible. I got a couple ideas that I want to put together as far as my own league. You know what I mean? Celebrity league and things of that nature that we can, continue to, a lot of the celebs is hooping. A lot of the guys, you see Gilly the Kid, and you know what I'm saying. Quite a few guys that I've seen that really got some hoops. I hoop with Trinidad James quite a lot. You know what I mean? So for me, it's about just having a world for us and our league, and then we can invite some of the G League, D League, and NBA ballers, you know what I'm saying, to the table.
That'd be dope. You know what I'm saying? And again, going back, making it full circle, bringing some type of content on your app and everything like that. Like that'd be extremely dope to kind of do something like that.
Oh yeah.
So you also talk heavily about just like the evolution of your sound and trying to do, you want to do more scores and commercials and things like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So are you working on anything right now that you can talk about?
Yeah, I'm working on Jeezy movie right now. I can't say the name of it, but I'm working on his film right now, doing the score. I just did the Pepsi commercial, which was basically a campaign where Pepsi was giving out like 100 million to Black-owned restaurants, and I did the music for the commercial just with kitchen utensils. And making the beat with like a knife and a fork, and you know what I mean, a cutting board and scraping sounds and of the cheese board and whatnot. So it was definitely dope being creative with that. I did Shoe Carnival commercials, Beats by Dre commercials. It's always fun just being able to deliver. My whole passion is delivering what people need and what's necessary.
So how TDE they was able to do like the full Black Panther soundtrack and everything and kind of score that. Is there anything that you was like, man, like that you would love to be a part of? Any like fandom, anything that you're like, you know what, if they called, that would be one of the things that I would cross off of my vision board?
More acting. Anything that ties in the face with the name, being in the commercials. Right. Like make the commercial around me while I'm making the beat, like the Sprite commercial when they did with Drake and you know what I mean? Like I've always wanted to be in a Sprite commercial. So that's definitely a goal. Beats by Dre. Just anything that's in conjunction with the face and the name recognition.
That'd be dope. I can see that because, again, when it goes down talking about like your master class and just kind of the stuff that you're doing, that's what I can envision you in the studio, you know what I'm saying, doing the voiceover, but they're actually understanding what you brought to the game and just kind of brought to the sound of music, because you helped shape a whole culture of music. And have you had a chance to kind of sit back? Because I know you always on the go, but have you had a chance to kind of sit back and just kind of enjoy those fruits of your labor? Like, man, we did history here.
Oh yeah. I mean, you always look back, but man, for me, I'm always focused and head steam ahead. I think for the most part, the fans never let me forget.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just how you said what you said, bro, you realize what you're responsible for. Like, right. I think it's the fans and people coming up to me like that in those moments that kind of keep me in that era, because I'm so humble. I'm so, man, I ain't done shit yet. Oh man, that was light work. Oh man, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, that, you know what I mean? But I feel like the best is yet to come. You know what I mean? And I'm really just getting into a different field, especially with ownership and development of other artists, producers, songwriters, and ultimately looking like, okay, Puff started his own label, Bad Boy. You know what I mean? I seen Russell Simmons create Def Jam. Like, I can do it too. Yeah. So that's what I'm on. Like, I've done it for so many other artists. Now I'm working on my album, Drumma Boy and Friends. You know what I mean? I'm working on my label and building us up and getting a hit on the Drum Squad Records.
I think one of the biggest takeaways that I got from a lot of your interviews too is that the love of just music in general. Like you talk about pulling from classical music, from country, like you talk about being, you know, inspired by Beethoven and Mozart, but also Quincy Jones, and then also, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, some of the major, just in general. Like with you being from Memphis, is it because of how musically inclined the city is that brought you that love of music, or was it something that was from like family members or anything?
I think it's a mix of the family, mixed with the streets, mixed with the church. You know what I mean? Also mixed with influence and marketing. Like when you come through the airport, you hearing the blues.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You hearing country. You know what I'm saying? Certain places in Memphis, the streets going up and down the street, you hearing 3 6 Mafia, Ballin', G Player, Fly, Gangsta Black. You know what I mean? You might be riding down the street and it's just nobody need nobody. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then, okay, you going to go down on Beale Street, you hearing bluegrass and blues and BB King and this and that, you know what I'm saying? Sundays in church, we was hearing choirs, the Mississippi Boulevard, and you know what I mean? Like it was just so many components. That's why I call it like gumbo, my music gumbo, bro, because I'm influenced by this, I'm influenced by this. I like the blues. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I like the messages. Some of them be real funny, like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like just catchy, repetitive, you know what I mean? Or just even the thrill is gone. Like, you know what I'm saying? No man said the thrill is gone. Like when you really think about it, it's like it just puts you in a different perspective and mindset, just the way people use words. So I always studied that. I think that's what also helps me be the songwriter that I am, is because of my study of words from other genres. If you listen to country music, he'll tell a story just like an R&B song.
Yeah.
You know, country's very close to R&B as far as the song and the structure. So, you know, just listening to different ways that people deliver their process. You know what I mean? And that's what I also help with producers. I started a company called Producers Wave. Y'all can follow that on the Instagram, Producers Wave. And we're selling sound kits. People have been buying my sound kits and trying to find the Drumma Boy kits for the longest. So I created my own site for that, to be able to, you know what I'm saying, spotlight producers, show their process, as well as have a platform for them to get exclusive content and sounds.
Yeah, no, that's dope, because there's so many people, and again, you said that it's the fans that kind of help you, you know, kind of understand, like, you know, and see that the inspiration that you have. But I think also there's so many producers who at you or who directly say, yo, I'm inspired, influenced by Drumma Boy. And I know that, like, you know, you always strive to have that type of impact, but like that has to be surreal, just to being able to see so many people, and then also so many people who are doing it now, like that are popping, that can tell you, like, yo, man, I was inspired by you, or have those moments.
For sure. Yeah, it's dope. You know what I mean? It's like you slam dunk on somebody in the finals or whatever, and like you the hero. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? People just fuck with you for them moments. You know what I mean? It's like, so for me, it's like being consistent with the moments.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not just no one-time thing for me, or yeah, I did it once. You know what I'm saying? But damn, okay, Drumma did it again and 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 again, and he still got down. Like, man, like, you know what I mean? That's what's fun for me, and just elevating into podcasts, elevating into films, movies. And I want to produce movies. It's like my passion is just elevating to different things. You know what I mean? So as long as you know you never stop and you keep going and just having fun and you know what I mean, doing what's meant for you to do what you love. And have fun with it.
Did I forget the clacker out there? I'm just gonna clap.
You had brought it too.
I know, I'm just gonna clap.
I'm mad, because I was definitely expecting you to get it.
I mean, I could quickly go grab it.
Just clap. 1, 2, 3.
All right, man. Welcome back to the Geekset podcast, the only podcast that blend hip-hop culture and geek culture together. I'm your boy Deuces in the building. With me, I got my man Liv.
What up? It's Liberace. It's the Puerto Rican Santa. The spiccato playing, beat making, motherfucking legendary ass Puerto Rican.
Sofrito Papi, and we back.
As always, I got my man Bacardi in the building.
Randolph today.
Konnichiwa, bitches. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God. I hate all of this so far. I hate all of it.
What's good, everybody? How we doing today?
And we got Didge in the building.
What is happening, people? What's happening, people? What is happening, people? What is happening, people?
He's out the booth.
But it's like I said, we are expanding. We are doing more. So they say make sure you go to youtube.com/Geekset. Follow us on all social media at Geekset Podcast on every social media. And rating reviews in, man. We are rating reviewers on Facebook, rating reviewers on Apple iTunes, rating reviewers on Spotify, Google Podcasts, whatever platform you're looking at. Give us some ratings, let us know. And then again, this is the only podcast that blend hip hop culture and geek culture together. We are out.
Peace.
No, definitely. And then, like, for you, one of the, like, for me, that, like, as far as like one of the biggest moments, I think that I was like, yo, Drumma Boy is a problem. Put on, like you said that it was inspired by like the Bulls intro theme, right?
Yeah.
Put on is damn near as iconic as that. But worldwide, if you drop that in any club in the world, people they're thinking of their city. And that's what I think is super dope about the record is, like, you know what I'm saying? You have Jeezy talking about putting on for Atlanta, I'll put on for my city, but the message transpires to any city. It can be the smallest city in the world. That song come on, you feel like you the nigga putting on for that city in that moment. And like I think that's what makes that song so dope, because it was inspired by something that was iconic. That introduction of the Bulls, or the iconic Bulls, and you made a song damn near the same as iconic, but it's not just one person. It's the whole world that can sing that song and feel something about that shit.
Yeah, no, that's major. My first time hearing that song, I sent the beat to Jeezy, and my first time hearing the song was on the radio. Miss Shanika had introduced it live on the radio. Man, Drum, you done did it again. Man, she played that shit. I didn't even know Kanye was on that shit, bro. I mean, that probably was like my best feeling in the world. I'm in my Benz, god damn it. And I think, yeah, I was in I had a CL 550. And I'm in the Benz, goddamn, going up 400. And that song came on, bro, with Kanye West. I was like, nigga, they went and got the King of Chicago. And I goddamn already had the inspiration from the Bulls in Chicago. And then Kanye is just like, bro, that's the power of spirit.
Man.
And that's what people don't understand. Like I'm spiritually connected to my music. Everything I've ever made has been off of the emotion that I felt or how I felt at that time. If I'm pissed off, if I'm angry, if I'm happy, sad, whatever, depressed, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And you put that into the music, and it's just crazy, bro, like how shit be tapping in.
Yeah. And this what you should do, and what I'm thinking, because I guarantee you that if you just randomly ask people, like, you know what I'm saying, to share a moment, like when Put On came on, or one of the songs that you did, I guarantee you people will have a story. Because when I think Put On, there was this club in Milwaukee called Textures that we used to have, and I just remember, you know what I'm saying, being in the VIP, having my bottle, Put On come on, I'm standing on the couch, rapping every word to the crowd like it's my song. Like, but I vividly remember that because of the record and the mood that it put you in. And I guarantee you, if you just start talking to people and like, yo, you know what I'm saying, when this record dropped, what do you remember about it? I guarantee you people is gonna have some stories for you, and you're gonna be like, damn, I didn't even know that, because you make music that inspires a moment. And I think that that is why your music stands the test of time, and why 20, 30 years from now, like we're like right now, it's funny because we're making like the music that you are making and that you are part of are classics, right? To the point where 20, 30 years from now, when they be like, oh, we're going to play this throwback, and that is like, it's still going to ring off. And I think that is super important to make sure that we highlight about that.
For sure. No, respect. It's crazy that you say that, because, man, even like a record like this, I just had some deliveries come in today.
Oh, man, congrats, bro. That right
that's crazy. Like, had I ordered it on time, it would have been 1 million.
Yeah.
Then I wait another 3 years, it goes 2 million.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 8-9 years later, bam, it's 3 million. So it's crazy just the growth, you know what I'm saying, on a lot of these records, man. Shout out to NBA Young Boy. Bam.
Man, you gonna run out of wall space.
Yeah, look, now we in the process of the studio, so everything is about expansion and growth, man. You know what I'm saying? Gotta get that studio.
But that's like the fruits of your labor. I mean, that's hard work. You know, I think that, you know, you were telling stories just about, I think, I don't know if it was that record or No Hands, but you were telling a story where you walked in the studio and Waka was there, but he had like a whole bunch of people there, but it didn't phase you. You just knew that you had to get to work. You got to work and cranked out a hit. You know what I'm saying? That's like, to me, that's focus. You know, where like where you can work under pressure, you can work. It's like, no, this ain't going. I know there's a whole bunch of niggas here, whatever. I'm gonna still do me. You know what I'm saying? I think the quote that I was like, damn, he Drumma Boy different. He was like, you know, I didn't need the sound because I knew what I was doing right then and there. And I said, that's dope. Like that to me, that's you are elevating to another level. In comic book world, that's you powering up. You power the fuck up.
That's me on my Beethoven shit. Like, bro, is when you practice what you know should be there, you don't have to hear it.
Yeah.
This shit scary, my nigga. Like right now, I hear a whole beat. I can hear a whole beat in my head right now. That's got me like, ooh, you don't hear shit, but I hear all that shit right here. And everybody in the room, they don't hear shit, but I hear it right here. You know what I'm saying? And then bam, just program that shit. Write it in. It's like writing the notes, but you can't hear it.
Yeah.
That's the part that I respect about this new wave of producers and the Fruity Loop gang and how they write their music in. Sometimes they don't even hear that shit, but they know where the note's supposed to go, and write it in. That's Beethoven.
Yeah. That's a whole
writing notes without hearing it. You know what I'm saying? So, and then you might play it back to make sure it's, you know what I mean, or whatever. But you know, I think that's just a dope way. Like I started off like that, and then I would make it from reading it as well. So I can read it, I can write it, I can arrange it, I can program it, I can compose it. You see what I'm saying? It's so many different ways to deliver music. You can inspire it, you can conduct it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So that was kind of my way into the game and how I've been able to kind of have my hands in so many different things collectively, and to be able to, you know, executive produce a project, which you have the role of everything, get it done, packaged, sealed, delivered, UPC barcodes ready, artwork, videos, concepts done, everything packaged, ready to go. 1, 2, 3 rollout, album drops on this date, cut me the check.
Right. So coming from where we come from, a lot of the escape is always usually like music, basketball, you know what I'm saying, football, just some type of sports, right? Another escape that we generally had, you know, as kids when we was growing up was like video games, comic books. Were you ever into any one of those, like, you know, growing up?
Hell yeah, no, Marvel, we collected the Marvel cards, you know what I'm saying, X-Men cards. I was more into the X-Men, the Marvel comics, but not Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, as far as video games was like my main thing, you know what I'm saying? So between that, baseball, a little bit, basketball, we definitely collected the cards, you know what I'm saying? I remember having Sean Kemp and Malone, Jordan, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. We would trade cards and whatnot.
Do you remember the first video game that you spent hours on playing?
Super Mario.
Super Mario? Yeah, it's usually either Mario or Sonic for most people and everything like that.
Yeah, Sonic was next for me. But Super Mario was like first and foremost. I remember getting my first Nintendo with the gun and the duck hunt. Not like that was the first Nintendo, like, you know what I'm saying? So that was major, especially coming because my brother was on Atari. Like the older generation was on, you know, Ataris and what's the Nexus?
Yeah, I think it's Nexus.
It was something right there with Atari. I forget the name of it. Neo something.
I know exactly what you're saying. I can't think of it. It's but I know it was
yeah. Because Neo Geo or something was one of the games on there. Like a lot of the older kids, they was on that. So then once we got that Nintendo, it was crazy, man. Super Mario, Techno Super Bowl, like, you know what I'm saying?
And that's because, you know, it's that moment to escape and everything, and trying to have that moment. Because you also once put out there, and I was wondering, do you still have it? You had a signed copy of the Moonwalker game, which was like a classic.
Oh yeah.
You
Yup.
got that joint?
Man, my mama might have it. You know what I'm saying? She kept
that
a lot of things. When I left my crib, I just left my whole room as it was, and it's crazy. So I'm sure it's a lot of things that she got.
That, you know, it's funny because like certain stuff like that, like those are relics, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like one of those things is like one that was innovative musically, because you had this amazing artist who was doing amazing things in music, then also did the Moonwalker movie, then also you made a video game that was like just groundbreaking. Oh, that's the Xbox joint?
It's the old Apple, my G.
Oh no, that's the old Apple
hard drive.
What's on there? Do you know? Like, you got
sounds? This like one of my first, you know what I'm saying? Sounds like one of my first computers. I had sounds and whatnot in here. Apple hard drive. Like, look at the logo.
That's the old school logo. That's that.
Like, come on, man. That's from the 80s, 90s.
Well, and it is that's more just keeping it for that relic, right?
Yeah, I was taking a picture of it, and I just had it right there. I just happened to have it. You said something about them relics. I was like, man, I got one right here.
But see, and that's, you know, it's one of those things, like, you know, when as a kid, you know, even when you start doing something, you start thinking like, oh man, when I get my studio, I'm gonna have this to commemorate this. Like, I remember having the 4-track recorder, and I'm just like, I still got that 4-track recorder, and I did so much, you know what I'm saying, music off of that just growing up, because I also do music as well. But it was like, that was like one of the things. Like, I remember putting the mattress up and then putting, you know, to build my booth, and having that 4-track recorder running through everything, using a record out loud radio just to make a demo tape to send in the mail to, you know, we look in the back of the magazines, get Def Jam's address, knowing that nobody really gonna listen to it, but that's what we was doing, you know what I'm saying, with those aspirations. So it's like, when you find them again, you know, same thing. Went to my mom's crib, found the 4-track recorder. I'm like, you know, this is a relic. I gotta keep this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's dope that you was able to keep that and everything like that, man.
Oh yeah, it's certain pieces, man. You know what I'm saying, that I keep, but you know, I'm not a hoarder. So yeah. I don't be, you know what I mean? Some people be like, yeah, I'm not a hoarder, but like certain pieces, yeah, I'll definitely hold on to.
Yeah. All right. So what's coming up next, man? What can you talk about that you can let people know that you got coming up next?
Drumma Boy and Friends album. Still can't believe it was the first single featuring Derez Deshawn. Next single drops on July 9th. Wake Up featuring Collision and Lil Got It. Super excited about that. Just did one with Luda. Man, I've been working with Snow the Product, been working with a little bit of everybody, man. New groups on the way. You know what I'm saying? It's so much music. But it's on the way. Welcome to My City, Volume 4. We in the process of putting that out. It's so much. Man,
I already know. You, like I said, you one of the hardest working individuals just in the industry in general, man. So I mean, obviously they probably, you know, if they don't know, then they should know. But how can my people find you, man?
At Drumma Boy Fresh. Follow me on the gram at Drumma Boy Fresh. Go get the app, Drumma Boy, the official app, the website, drummaboy.com. All
right, man. Again, this is 1-on-1 with Deuces. This has been Drumma Boy. I've been your boy Deuces, and we are out. Peace.
Flawless victory.